Hi, Cancer. Welcome to your quantum reading with me, Jocelyn, the Quantum Queen. Let us begin. This is, of course, for Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising. And as always, welcome to my cross watchers. Cross watcher, you could be dealing with a Cancer, and that the message could actually be for you. So feel free to take it however it resonates with you and your situation. Keep in mind that these are actually timeless readings. So, Cancer, I wanted to let you guys know, if you head over to my playlist, you can actually find a playlist that is designated just for you. So if you want to take a gander and see if anything pops out to you, you might find something useful in there. Just throwing that out there. If you guys would like to book a one-on-one reading with me, you can find my information down below in the description box. And just wanted to say thank you for liking, subscribing, and thank you for all the good karma donations. I appreciate it so much. Cancer. Well, this is perfect. I think what's happening for you guys, you've got the King of Cups. So this, here's the entanglement, right? This could either be you, or you could also be dealing with another water sign, just throwing that out there, another Pisces, a Pisces, a Cancer, another Cancer, or a Scorpio. And what's interesting is I feel just kind of intuitively what I'm picking up on is that because, right, you've got also the Hanged Man. You might be feeling stuck when it comes to a certain connection in your life. And maybe it's even causing you, just because there's something about it that isn't quite, it's like off. There's something you don't understand about it. And it's causing you to maybe go to some type of coping mechanism. So for some of you, if that applies, like maybe you're drinking, but it's some type of oral fixation, because you guys know how I always talk about that, because, and this is the foundation of it. This is what is accumulated, because Cancer, what's showing up for you through this whole dynamic, and I'm so sorry for repeating this, but I'm hearing to say it again, so please don't shoot me. I always talk about that oral anal phase in psychological development. All of us go through it. It's 0 months to 18 months of infancy. And it's where, right, we're learning the whole world through our mouth, right? We're eating. So we have that sensation that's picking up on things. And then you also have your sexuality. Oh, you guys just wait for this. Are you ready? What's so interesting about this is I think what's happening, Cancer, if you had a parent that had some type of shame, guilt, and fear while you were developing in that phase of development, this is how it's accumulated over time. That's a part of the thing that you can't quite see. Like it's in your subconscious programming, right? And who even remembers that time back in infancy? You don't remember that. So you can't even fully confirm, like, oh yeah, my parents were thinking shame and guilt and I entangled with that. You don't know. It's something that you have to learn about with like quantum physics and chemistry and biology and all that good stuff to understand that we just pick up on these patterns. That's why you play them out in your future. So Cancer, going back to the cards, I think what's happening is, like I said, there's someone in your life where, or maybe even just a part of your life, where you're feeling stuck in some way, shape, or form. Like this, and this can play out in so many different ways. Maybe it's in a relationship that you're involved with. Maybe it's even involved with like your career or your life purpose. But there's something about you becoming integrated within yourself and you getting a perspective shift so that you can kind of merge different parts of yourself and come into union with you, which is going to help you pull out of a stuck phase of your life where maybe you feel it's stagnant or things aren't moving as forward as you might want it to. Like that's definitely what the Hanged Man, you're strung up. Things aren't moving forward. You're kind of, because you're in this phase, because there's something about you needing to look at things in a different light, to come to a different understanding about yourself and the situation that you're in, okay? You also need to calm down. This Temperance card, it's a lot of things, right? She's drawing a bath. But I also correlate this a lot with like meditation, because the description, it's like calm, conscious and subconscious equilibrium, and moderation. That's your solution, Cancer. This is why, if you guys know, I talk about freaking meditation all the time. It's not because, yeah, like there are all of these proven benefits to meditation. This is why everyone in society is coming out and talking about it, because it helps you to come to that conscious and subconscious equilibrium. It helps you to stop your conscious mind. Your conscious mind makes up 10% of your brain, and your subconscious mind is 90% of your brain. And the subconscious is where all of your habitual patterns lie. So, but if you're constantly analyzing and running your conscious mind, just that 10%, you miss things. You miss signs in front of you that are telling you what you're playing out and how you can shift it. So that's why I'm talking about all this, Cancer. That's a part of that perspective shift. So that's where a lot of the recommendation is coming in, that you need to like calm down. You need to go find a way to temper yourself. You know what I mean? Because that's really going to help you pull out of this phase where you're feeling kind of stuck. And do you know what's interesting? And I'm going to get some archetype cards because I'm starting to hear something. And you just wait, okay? Let's see what comes out, because I'm getting something intuitively, but I almost want to wait and see if the cards confirm it. Look at this, okay? So Hunter popped right out. And let's see what else. Pilgrim. That's a good one, and I'm just feeling, I might grab one or two more. I don't know why, but I am feeling drawn with you to do that. So hang with me for just a second. No pun intended with the Hanged Man. That's hilarious. I didn't even mean that. Okay. Interesting. Okay, Cancer. That was too many. Let me pull out some more. Chill, chill, chill. Man, people get so mad when cards flip over and I don't take them. I'm like, it's intuitive based, people. Like, you don't always have to take everything, you know what I mean? Okay. Cancer, my love. Maybe that's it. Let's see. That might be it. Oh, well, that was perfect. Okay. 2 cards. Ready for this, Cancer? Okay. Okay, so we've got popping out, like I said, we've got Hunter. There's something that you're chasing after. And what's interesting is I think that you almost became blinded by the pursuit of something. Like, especially maybe, and for some of you, maybe you've got like some fire in your chart, like Aries, Leo, Sag somewhere, where you're really good at taking action. For some reason, that's really popping out to me. Like, when you go after something, you go after it. You're on the hunt, right? The hunter. And so this is what's really interesting, is because you're doing it kind of backwards. Like, this is what I'm saying with love. There's something that you're pursuing, and you're, like I said, you're really good at taking action and accomplishing things that way. This is not the direction that you're going to be able to accomplish this, because if you're just taking actions and you're taking control, I'm telling you guys, you have to surrender. That's why the Hanged Man is popping out, because when it comes to the universe really does have a plan for you. I'm not even joking about that. Like, what your expectations are of what you want, what you're hunting after, sometimes it can come from a fear deep within you that you don't understand. Remember, I was talking about the conscious mind, and this is why I'm saying this. We've got the Castle. And don't get too literal on this, but I'm going to talk about like the general energy of this. Maybe you guys came from, this can be kind of like a poverty to trying to climb up from that. So maybe you went through a time in your life where you had absolutely nothing. And so because of that fear, that fear, I think, is the drive that it's great. It gives you a lot of action. It's energy. You're very propelled by that. But that's the subconscious programming. Maybe some of you are really working towards like accomplishing riches in any way, shape, or form. Like maybe some of you guys are trying to live in a castle. And again, there's no shame to that. But at the same time, that might be the thing that you're continuously chasing after, is just like material comfortability. But it's based off of fear. That's what I think is happening. And so this is why it's all very subconscious so like I was saying, for a lot of you, you might go back like every time maybe a relationship or a situation comes into your life that possibly triggers that fear, that survival instinct, it pulls you back into some type of soothing habit. And to be honest, it's where you lose consciousness, because all of a sudden your chemicals have taken over, and then you continue to repeat the same exact patterns. Like, I know I'm turning all crazy like Buddhist and psychologist, but this is literally what I'm getting from the whole read. I wouldn't be saying it unless this is what's popping out. So give me a second, okay? So Cancer, I do think that's what you are pushing towards, which are, again, there's no shame in this. Like, it's great to have things. It's great to accomplish stuff in life. There's no shame on material things, but this can be fleeting. And I'll tell you guys, that's one thing I've learned in life. You know, when I started my business, I lost everything and went through a really dark time in my life. And it was during that time that I started to really detach from having things. You know, like I went pretty minimalistic. I'd probably say I have about 2 boxes and 2 suitcases full of items now to my name, because I started to realize like I still love being in nice environments and things like that. I still get a lot of enjoyment out of that. But I have come to the realization that the detachment is probably the safest thing in life. Not becoming attached to having nice things or things looking amazing. Beauty is amazing. Like, seriously, I go to furniture stores and stuff and walk around and I thoroughly enjoy it because I love beauty. I love art. But I also have learned that before I was very attached to things based off of fear, you know, because of even how I was raised. I wouldn't even say I was in straight up poverty, but like my family struggled and it did influence me. So that's why I'm talking about all this subconscious patterning. So I'm so sorry, Cancer, I'm getting off track. So with the Pilgrim, this is, I think, a part of your journey, right? I always talk about with the Pilgrim card, it's a pilgrimage. It's kind of like Paulo Coelho's book. He has a book called The Pilgrimage, and like The Alchemist. There's almost like, ooh, this is what I'm getting. There's a completely different direction I feel like you guys need to take. That there's this side, totally different energy than this. This is like more humble, you know what I mean? And it's more of a path that the universe is guiding you on. I'm telling you guys, I'm not making that up. I'm not just selling you a bunch of like magical BS. This is very real. Like the universe really does have your back. It has things lined up for you that will bring you emotional fulfillment, because that is the goal, Cancer. That's your energy. That's the King of Cups, is full-blown emotional fulfillment. And I actually love that the moon is in there, because the moon rules over Cancer. So that's your card, Cancer. Like, and this is ultimately what's going to bring you the kiss. Don't take this too literally, like maybe some of you that applies. But I actually feel like this is you. Do you guys know that moment that leads up to a kiss? Like how electrifying it is? You'll actually see that there's a lot of electricity and magic that comes from taking a completely different path in your life. Like, and it's all about your heart's desire rather than coming from this side, right? Like maybe you guys are pushing to in a more material way, and like I said, I'm not shaming it, don't freak out, but I'm saying that sometimes the most emotional fulfillment comes from the most different avenue that you'd be expecting. Like, for instance, I did for a while, and I'm so sorry I'm talking so much about myself, but I'm hoping it helps to explain what I'm trying to convey here. So for a while, I went and did like work trades. I did like work away stuff where you get free room and board for working on farms and things like that. I cannot even tell you. Yeah, I had a couple of crazy experiences, but I had so much emotional fulfillment from farming. I did not expect that at all. Like, but I found a lot of joy in doing things that were that humble. And so this might not apply for all of you, but that's at least what I'm specifically getting from this message, is that there's something that you're chasing after in your life, and maybe for some of you it's not materialistic. Like, definitely take however it resonates. But there's something about just getting a different perspective shift and understanding where your motives are coming from when it comes to the things that you're chasing after. Because you're on a very specific path, Cancer. And the more that you fall in alignment into the universe and trust that process, it's going to bring a lot of like electricity, magic that comes into your life that shows you a path to this emotional fulfillment. So here's the Six of Pentacles, okay? And I feel like that can be an offer. That's charity. Yeah, look at this. You got the Ten of Swords upside down. So that makes sense to me, because I think you guys with the Hanged Man, you probably are falling into the Ten of Swords as a close of a chapter. And it's full blown a state of surrender. You know what I mean? Like, when you've just been through so much conflict and chaos in your life, and then finally you learn to just accept what is, like you just start accepting what's happening. Look at that. Four of Swords. That's the peace of mind. The Temperance card, there it is. So here you are. I think what's really beautiful is that, going back to the Six of Pentacles, I do think that there is going to be some type of, that's not coming out as like an offer or charity. I feel like, Cancer, part of the thing that's coming in, I think that you might be stepping into a phase where you start like giving to people. Do you know what I mean? Because maybe you've been coming from a place of lack, and this is, I think, the solution that's going to pull you out of things. Like, maybe you're going to start like being very generous, taking care of people around you, and it's going to light you up. Maybe it will even bring in that magnification, that electricity that starts to make you feel really peaceful about your life. And then here we've got it. Oh, this is so good. We've got the High Priestess. So this is where like all of a sudden your intuition is turned back on, because what was I saying? You have to calm down that conscious mind, come into peace, meditation, and that's going to open up that channel for you to start receiving, like, that's highly psychic, you know? And then with the Three of Swords, I love that the heaviest cards, you've got the Ten of Swords and Three of Swords. That's very, very heavy energy. Heartbreak, things that you've been through in the past that were just really traumatic for you. That's falling away for you guys, which is really beautiful. And maybe even for some of you, you might start to realize, like, maybe a part of you has been on the hunt for understanding this part of yourself. You know, understanding how you operate, things that you haven't totally seen on the outside surface. Maybe other people could tell you this about you, but you haven't totally been able to see it, that maybe like there's been a part of you that looked for other people to maybe support you or fulfill you, like in a material way. But that's what I see as shifting, Cancer. I think that you're coming out of that. You're getting a huge perspective shift and a really deep understanding about your own motives, like understanding why and how you do the things that you do. And with the King of Pentacles, I want to say that's you. Like, it's really cool because you got King of Cups and King of Pentacles. this is you finally becoming grounded and at peace and calm about your life. I think that you're finally starting to like make peace with the past. And oh, one thing I'm going to throw out there too, I don't know why this is popping out. I do want to say that you guys are going to get some type of offer from some, maybe an earth sign, a Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, Six of Pentacles and a King of Pentacles. I do want to say that you guys might be getting some type of like a big offer, especially once you pull through this. So Cancer, if you're feeling like things are kind of stagnant, maybe you're getting worried, especially about your finances, because Pentacles, I think that's going to start shifting. And the biggest recommendation is calm down, get peace with your mind, stop trying to act and push things to happen, and start falling into line with the universe and in the path there, because I'm telling you, it's magical the way that things line up there, okay? Cancer, I'm going to dive into the extended with this. If you guys want to follow me over there, feel free. Go down below, click on the Vimeo link, and I'll see you on the other side. But if this is where we leave things, I'm sending you guys so much love, wishing you all the very best, and I'll see you in your next reading. Take care.